All right, we are off and running. So thanks for joining us, everybody, to the Exploring Telepathy Zoom call for Saturday, November 22nd, 2025. Amazing. Says you blink and suddenly the year is coming to a close, which is fine by me. It has been a rather eye-opening year. Suzanne and I have been through a ton of stuff this year, and all letting the darkness come to the light and more empowering. We'll talk about that a little bit later and here if you guys want to talk about this, because the path of opening up to telepathy and your broader non-physical spiritual guides in general is the same one. It's letting go of the dense human belief systems that we picked up that are disempowering and clouding the connection. And then by doing that, then we open up to the natural telepathic connection, which is still waiting for us. So we'll play around with that today and share our experiences, whatever you like to do. No real rules here other than just be nice. And you guys are all really nice. Anyway, so have Kevin Young. I'm an intuitive coach, healing facilitator, and I'm also one of the admins for the Autism Telepathy Conversations community group, which I think most of you are members of. And if you're not, you're welcome to join us. There's 14,600 of us now, all exploring telepathy, autism, nonverbal, partially verbal. Some people say beyond verbal. Not sure what that means, but the idea is that they have other abilities that we don't have as the sort of neurotypical, or those of us who are not on the spectrum, like myself. I know a number of you are on the spectrum. I think that's one of the things I love about what's happening here is that we are doing this blending I was talking about before the call. Those who are on different wavelengths and different journeys in terms of their neurological callings, the connections, are starting to understand each other more. Like, I think that's part of what this telepathy tapes and so forth is really pointing out. It's helping us to start accepting and loving and supporting each other in our diversity. To me, that's the magic. That's where humanity needs to get back to, because we've been separated for thousands of years, and it's time for that to end. So the purpose of the call is just exploring telepathy, whatever that means, sort of the basis of what it takes to get into that state, which there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff, letting go of your traumas and so forth. But we're always in the right place for the next step. You're never getting it wrong. Things are never done. So it's all perfect. Wherever you're at is perfect. You can be proud of yourself for having gotten here, even on this call. It's a good thing. We're not here to prove telepathy or anything else. That's your individual journey. So you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to justify, explain, defend. Let that life be in the past. You don't need that anymore. You are what you are, and it's perfect. And so we don't need to prove telepathy exists. We don't need to prove anything. Just be. Step into your highest excitement and enjoy the ride. If you got any questions, anything you want to share, just use the chat window. Toss anything in there that you'd like to. You guys probably all know how to raise your hand, but if you don't, the React menu, the little heart at the bottom of a computer screen, has the raise hand. You can click on that button and it'll put your hand up, and you can share what you want on screen here. But it's an open forum, so there's no real rules. If you got something you'd like to talk about, then raise your hand. Yeah, there you go, Hazel. So hang on just a sec. And so we're going to be doing the intro meditation. Melissa's here and joining us. We'll be doing that in just a second. Then we'll talk about telepathy, and then we'll do a telepathy practice session where we can all kind of just quiet our minds and see if we can connect in with either each other or somebody who's a non-speaker, or an animal, or nature, or a spiritual guide. It doesn't matter. Whatever feels good to you. Hazel, did you want to ask something or say something? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello?
Hello. Welcome.
Hello. I just wanted to share about how already I feel like our group is helping us on this journey. Last time that we were on, there was a lady on there called Laura, and after she said that she felt that she drew a harp, and she felt like she wanted to symbolically give me a harp. So she contacted me and she said this, and uh how it resonated, and it connects all to like Melissa as well. who's on this call, and that so she felt she gave me a harp, and obviously, like I'm Irish, so that's the harp is part of one of our national symbols. But more than that, my mother's maiden name is Clancy, and there is a point to this. I'll try and make
Okay.
it quick, but it
It's
does
okay.
connect. So my mum's maiden name is Clancy, and all the way growing up, she used to tell me that her family were hereditary Druids, and that they went all the way back to the Irish High King Brian Boru, and they were the Brehons, like the lawmakers. And I just like I've always seen that as something nice, but I don't give a lot of credence to it because this is my life now. But I just thought it's a nice ancestor story. But then, so when Laura gave me the harp, it reminded me that one of my favorite songs is called the March of Brian Boru, and it's a piece of harp music.
Mm.
And harps are also symbolic of the bridge between humanity and the heavenly realms. And so I was thinking, because I'm still questioning everything, and my brain just keeps trying to get involved in everything. And I thought, okay, right, every time I feel like I'm questioning anything, I'm gonna hum that song, the March of Brown Brew. And then later on that day, on the Facebook, Melissa had put in about how about calming like the nervous system. And when you do that, then telepathy is like breathing and humming. It comes out like it's sort of recessed like the I think it's called the vagus system or
Vegas
something.
nerve, yeah.
But yeah, and I thought, bloody hell! So this is all like little connections coming together, and that that I think it was the morning after, and I was walking down to get my lift from work, and I'm walking down, I'm just listening to my Walkmans, and all of a sudden I saw Anna, and so Anna's like one of the non-verbal
Oh yeah.
students,
Yeah.
and so I saw her like in the inner, like so I'm walking around like normal, but I can see the image in the inner plane. And she had a crystal in her hand again. She said, show me this crystal. It's like a quartz crystal. And then all of a sudden, this crystal got huge, like massive. And Hattie and Anna were dancing around the crystals. And then it kept getting smaller and bigger. And then it was kind of like the message that I was getting was the crystals. Um, and I'm sure other people know this, but I didn't know this, but I'm sure other people know this already. But I just got this feeling that the crystals are communicate with each other in the same way as the nonverbal people
Ah,
communicate with
yeah.
each other. And ever since I moved into my flat, I've been here 3 years, I've had this overwhelming, I've always liked crystals, but I never gave, they were nice. I just didn't really think a lot of them. But ever since I moved in here, I had this like weird compulsion. I must get crystals to the point that I was thinking the situation as we are right now, and with the dark forces and the light and the spiritual battle and everything, what I felt was at some point in the future, they will want to stop people having access to crystals.
Mm.
And I always felt like I have to protect the crystals. And I've never actually done anything with this. I've just ended up buying like loads of crystals. But, so I'm just thinking maybe now there's this sort of connection, like back. And I think that Anna is going to show me how to work with the crystals.
Oh,
And then
nice.
and how to communicate. And then when I was in work that day, so I don't see Hannah and Hattie all the time, but so I was in a classroom, and it was in one. I'm getting near the end now. It was in a classroom, and there was an open doorway that led into another classroom. So I came in and I sat down, and I could see Anna in the next classroom through the open door. She didn't see me, and she was looking straight ahead, like straight ahead like this. And I'm looking at her. And then I think the universe planned it this way because I keep questioning everything. I think the universe planned it this way because um I in my head I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see if I can contact Anna. And so for a few minutes I kept saying, now, this is the bit, it doesn't make sense when I say this at the start, but I kept saying in my head, Hattie, can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you turn around? So Anna kept looking straight ahead, and I was doing it for a few minutes, and I'm like, oh, see, this thing doesn't work. And I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, I was calling her Hattie. It's bloody Anna, and they don't even look anything alike. So I think the universe did this deliberately. Because the minute I said, oh, for God's sake, and in my head, Anna's still looking straight ahead. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I said, hi, Anna. And then the minute I said it, she looked straight at me, gave me a big smile, waved, and looked
Yeah.
back again. And I think, bloody hell, this actually works. Because I'm still questioning it.
Well, of
Um,
course, it takes time
yeah,
and a lot of validation to really go from the disbeliefs, which we were kind of born into and surrounded by
yeah.
with family, to the validation that, yeah, this is the real deal. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, this group, it's like it's almost like we're all forming this like group mind now. We're all like helping each other. And all these little bits of synchronicities are coming in because we're all like meant to be together to
Well, we're vibrationally on the
deliver.
same frequency. We're in the heading in roughly the same direction. And so, from a simple practical physics standpoint, because that's my background is science and physics and engineering and that stuff. Literally, it's just vibrations that match tend to come together. And so our job is to be working on the vibration that we're sending out, which is the internal focus, how we feel. That changes the frequency. And as you start coming into confidence and more into your heart, then you're sending out higher and higher frequencies. And so people around you who match that same journey, the same frequency, they have to show up. It's not even an accident. Nobody outside of us is planning this. It's just literally physics. It's like turning your radio dial to a different radio station that you want to hear. Then you get that music. So we're all tracking. And that's one of the reasons we do these calls is so we can reinforce this within ourselves and build our own confidence. So I think you're right on track, Hazel, as you always seem to be. So thank you for sharing your experience. It's always inspiring. I saw all the smiles on the other faces here as you're sharing your experience. Looking for the synchronicities in our own lives is what reinforces that, in fact, synchronicities, things can be arranged without us having to do the work. And then life gets a little easier and a little easier and a little easier. So keep looking for those synchronicities and allow that validation to come in would be my invitation. And then you won't, at some point, you'll have no doubt and you'll just flow through life, experience by experience, and communicating non-verbally and verbally, however it feels good to you. And you'll be benefiting others by your demonstration of how to more confidently step into what you know is true. That's what everybody's looking for, is that validation. And you're finding it. Good work. Thank you for sharing, Hazel. And I'm so glad you're joining our calls now. So let's keep that beautiful energy going. Let's get into our meditation then, and we'll see where that goes, and maybe even more synchronicities will happen. So,
Hello. I'm like, hello.
oh, is this Hendrix
Hendrix
or?
came to say hi as soon as you started talking. The soon as he heard you start the call, he came right in.
Of course he
So
did.
he's
We're
got
buddies.
some fetish with you right now.
I know. We
I don't
just
mean this right now, but he's got something going on with
Well,
you.
yeah, he's definitely enforcing something. I have sessions with Melissa, and she has sessions with me. We kind of exchange, and often either Hendrix or
Harley.
Harley, her two black cats, a male and female, will show up and in synchronistic, perfect timing to deliver a message. So I always love it. And now that Hendrix is showing up, the male, it was always Harley, the female, but as of again, a story I'll tell you a little bit later that he's reinforcing all of this. So I'm glad he could join us. I'm glad you could join
And
us, Melissa.
he came and now he left. He's been waiting. He's like, just let him see me. Tell him I'm saying hi. He's driving me nuts. I'm like, I'd put him down. He goes, no, I'm not ready to leave. He made me pick him back up. He's like, I need him to see me to say hi to him. So funny. So he's probably out there now with his dad. But yes, he's getting the mails all in order.
Yeah, that's right. I'm lined up.
He's bringing all of you males together. Maybe he's the leader.
Hey, I wouldn't doubt it for a second.
I'm thinking so too.
So rock on.
Yeah. So everyone, hello. Hi, I'm Melissa, a communicator with many different entity things. I'm not sure anymore. Things just keep coming through more and more now that I'm not even aware of my own self, I think sometimes. So it's really interesting and fun and really happy to be here. And let's go into a little meditation. Everybody, let's rub our hands together for a minute and bring the energy to our palms. Bring some warmth into our souls, into our bodies. Just taking some breaths in to bring ourselves here. Such a beautiful connection here. You can feel the love with everybody on this call. It's going to bring us even closer together. Take a nice deep breath in, long and slow. And let it go. I felt the call to do just something a little tiny different today, and if you feel so inclined, invite someone in with you today. Maybe it's an animal, a tree, another person, a child, whatever feels called to you. And if you don't feel called, someone might just come along for the ride with you with an intention, and just see how that feels today. Begin to feel your body arriving here and now. Feel the ground beneath you holding you. Safe and exactly as you are. Notice this presence around you. Maybe you feel a soft wind brushing on your skin, or the gentle sway of the trees nearby. Maybe the pulse of the earth beneath your feet, or the quiet rhythm of an animal nearby. You don't have to see it. You only need to feel it. This guide with you is here to hold you and not ask anything from you. Start at your root with your feet and your legs. Feel this red warmth pulse deep inside. This is your root chakra. Feel the earth holding you. It's solid, steady. This presence you're feeling, it moves with the rhythm of your body. A gentle sway, very calming and grounding, pulling you into Mother Earth. Saying quietly to yourself, I am safe. I belong. Now move your awareness up to your lower belly. This is your center of feelings and instinct. Feel this warmth of orange rising to your lower belly. And this orange is just pulsating like the sun, warming. You feel your body relaxing even more and your nervous system softening. You are allowed to receive. Say to yourself, I am allowed to feel. I am allowed to receive what is meant for me. As you move up slowly to your solar plexus and to your belly, this beautiful yellow light begins to spread throughout your torso. Its strong and calming presence. You feel that glow, and your body mirrors strength without force. The wind and the pulses and the presence beside you, they all remind you that power can be gentle and soft. Saying, I am strong. I trust myself. Now we'll move up to your heart and feel this warm green light expanding across your chest from the front to the back. Feel this light connecting your chest and your shoulders and your back. This presence surrounds your heart, bringing this warm, beautiful energy to you. It's like a soft forest light, like the breath of a river. No words are needed, just a knowing. Saying, I am love. I am open to receive. As we continue moving upward to your throat, envision this blue light swirling around your throat, and your jaw softens. Your neck lengthens. You hear the hum of nature, the birds, the wind blowing, water flowing down the stream. This truth is a vibration we feel. It is not spoken. Saying, I am clear. I am free to express myself. As we go upward, shifting to your inner sight, feel this beautiful indigo light pulsing between your brows, your third eye. Feel it, the presence with you, beside you, guiding you through sensing and feeling, not seeing. Like shadows in the leaves, rustling, or a gentle whisper through the trees. saying, I see, I understand. As we move up and rise up to the crown chakra, you feel this beautiful violet light opening at the top of your head. The connection is above and below. Presence, your guide, nature, animals, breath, and the body. They are all flowing together as one. Like sunshine peeking through the branches. Feel it like the wind moving through the grass. Like water carrying everything forward. We're all calm, safe, and connected as one. Feel it anchoring you while you're saying, I am connected. I am guided. We are all one. Feel the love between us all and the threads that connect us all. Take a long, deep breath and begin to feel all of your centers align. This beautiful energy flowing through you. Your nervous system is soft. The presence of nature and the animals, they take a step back while they're still holding you softly. This is a place you can always come back to. This feeling where we're all connected as one. Now bring your awareness back to your body and to your breath, into the room. Feel your feet on the floor, knowing you're carrying this truth within you, saying, I am safe, I am open, I am guided, and I am home. Thank you.
Well, that was great. Right near the end, I found myself dropping in even deeper. And even though the sort of core theme of the meditations are the same, moving through the chakra systems and getting in balance, that you do something different every time. Like whatever you're tuning into, Melissa, I can feel you're pulling in what the group needs at the same time by the words that you use and the energy that comes through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can feel it. I'm really like almost, I don't know, feeling like I'm connecting us energetically myself, like doing energy healing, but like connecting us, like I said, with those threads, or like putting us all together. Like I'm envisioning it, like I'm actually doing it, I think, through the meditation to make us feel that and pulling us. It's more energy work, yes, that I'm even initiating into these meditations now. Like I feel more called to just Yes.
Be it, yes. And I'm really glad you're doing that. That gives us, those who are ready to tune into your frequency, then can benefit by that energy that you're presenting. That to me is, it's the power of what we're talking about, even with Hazel there, is becoming more of the aligned being and flooding more source, more higher consciousness through us and out. Then, not everybody will look at the lighthouse, but those who are ready to look at the lighthouse will get the light. And that's what you're providing here. Thank you for that. That was really good. So, what experiences, guys? What did you? How did you experience the meditation? Did you feel anything different? Did you receive any imagery or messages or guidance? I immediately got, of course, Hendrix was the very first image that I got when you said, tune into whatever guides. That and our dog Roxy, who's been non-physical for 8 years now. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I think maybe Roxy and Hendrix are co-creating something.
I think you're right. I certainly get that the fact that I got both of those images right away of them. They could, because there's a kind of a similar energy. Yeah, maybe they're sharing a common frequency or something. Annalie, go ahead.
Hi. Well,
Is it nighttime there?
sorry?
Is it nighttime there?
No, it's 4:30 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is a good for me. But it's dark. That's why, yeah, I don't have much light on.
Oh, that's okay. We can hear you. You sound good.
I can actually maybe move to a different room.
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. The meditation was beautiful as always, Melissa. And I could really feel when you said like just feel your senses line up. I could just really feel it through all of me. That was amazing. And just one thing that happened during the meditation, all my cats came into the room. Or actually 4 out of 5. They were outdoors and they just gathered around me.
Oh, your cats did, you said?
My cats. Yeah, the horses are still outdoors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They might come next week. Who knows?
Yeah, leave the door open. See
Yeah.
what happens. Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah. And I just came to think of, I see if I can find that picture. If you agree, Kevin, I'll post it in the group. When we did a meditation in a session and Noah came, one of my cats came. It's a very funny picture. I will look for it and I will post it. I'm not going to say anything more.
Yeah. I wish you would.
If you agree.
Yeah. Well, just be sure to put the explanation, as to what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so many. That's a synchronicity, and like your cat's coming indoors, knowing that there would be other cats on the call, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Hendrix said that he was here to call all the animals in.
Nice.
He's working behind the scenes now. He's truly like he's like, we're amping it up to the next level. We're bringing all the pets in now. Like he's like almost honestly told me that yesterday with Kevin. Like he's like, I'm tired of Harley always getting the spotlight, so I'm coming in now and I'm taking over too, and I'm like honing in and bringing all these animals in, and so they all connect with. I'm sure he's chatting with your horses too. They'll be in next.
I was going to say,
a cat will be riding on one of the horses next.
I was going to say, if you think all the crystals talk to each other, all the animals talk to each other too.
Yeah, clearly.
They do. They really do. They're all in cahoots to get us all here. Whatever they got to do.
Yeah, and now we're starting to listen, which is the most important thing. So, who else wants to share? Anything you received? Any synchronicities happened during the meditation, or was it just a nice, peaceful experience like it was for me? Took me a while to get deep because I've got stuff that wants to come through today, but that peacefulness is important. Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
The the mute button. So it was interesting as we deepened into the meditation, the wind just really picked up here. And then now that we're done, the wind's gone. That was one of the things I noticed. And then, the usual, once I get deep in, I start getting downloads of messages from my guides and the universe and whatever. So it was great as usual, Melissa. But that's the thing I noticed. The energy around was really, like I said, now it's dead calm. It was like almost 10, 15 mile an hour winds,
Nice. So you're affecting the weather.
Apparently, yes. My telekinesis involves, I guess I'm a wind talker.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah,
Might
you
be.
never know, right? Yeah.
Actually, so it's interesting. This is more than just coincidence because I have noticed at key important times. I guess I never thought of this till we're just now talking about this. The winds always pick up right when I know something big is happening. I never thought about it till just now. So maybe I am a wind talker.
Yeah.
Wind whisperer.
Well, we affect physical reality, and we're essentially creating the reality we experience through focused consciousness. And Abraham's talked about, the joke that the weather just clears, coincidentally. And Abraham says, no, you're creating the weather too. It's when if you feel empowered and you have an intention, then the universe cooperates. There's asking it as given. It's not it's not like there's a chance that maybe the universe wasn't listening one day. And we've had that, Suzanne and I, where we live here in Novi, in Michigan. It's sort of a running joke at times when you can see a cloud front coming across the state, because it always comes west to east, and kind of southwest to northeast, and it gets to Novi and it just splits, goes right around our city. I can't tell you how many times that's happened, and it's like, well, we didn't want the rain anyway, so it's just about, I guess, the universe is always giving you what your vibration is asking for. It might be fun, Scott. And if this inspires you or not, it might be fun to play around with clouds and wind sometime when you're in a peaceful state and just want to.
Well, now it just occurred to me I need to pay more attention because I have noticed it in the past, but I always said, okay, that makes sense. But I until just now didn't think about, I start journaling it and whatever, because it's more than once that this happened. And Rachel needs to talk about what she just said, that she controls the weather. So I'm going to lower my hand and
yeah.
Scott, nice. I wanted to say I got told like that was somebody from your past, like a generational family member. Somebody was coming in through that wind.
Ooh.
To join us.
So my mom has been exceptionally present in a meditation yesterday. My dog Maya came up to me and then took me to my late mom, and she gave me some words of, just some words as they do, just a few. That's all they ever do on the other side. And so there's a big thing this morning with my mom that's too long to talk about, but that must have been her acknowledging what just took place right before this call. So, so it's interesting. Yeah.
I truly got, as soon as you said that, when you're like, the wind picked up, and I'm like, someone came to come be with you or visit or bring that energy. It was a call, it was a good energy. It was like, but like, we're here with you, kind of like how Hazel was talking about previous generations, and they were kind of joining us to be here with us too.
Nice. Synchronicity. Notice the synchronicities. Annalie, and then we'll go to Rachel. Annalie, what did you get? Can you unmute?
Yeah.
There you go.
I found the pictures. Can I share them in the group? Can I share them here or?
Yeah, let me enable sharing here. Yeah, see if you can share right here. This is during a meditation that we did. I did with for Annalie a couple of years ago, I think it was, when she was going through her challenges.
Yeah. So this is Can you see this? No,
that's you and me.
That's you and I when we do this meditation. And since at least I have my eyes closed, I didn't really.
Can you rotate your phone?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. See if that makes the picture bigger for us. There we go.
Okay. So how can I
So what's the next picture then? Can you
find
just
the next picture?
Yeah.
Dang, this is
Okay.
hard. How can I do this?
I might actually
Stop sharing.
have
Okay,
it.
I stop sharing and then I go share again. So next moment. This happens.
I laugh every time.
No. It's just amazing. It's my cat Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew what was going on. He wanted to have that energy too.
Yes. And he was always, he was always present during our meditation. So it was.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Annalie. Can you unshare? Almost. Let's see if I can just hit the share button again at the bottom and you can unshare. Yeah, I've never actually tried to do this here.
See where I was. Oh, sorry. No, wait. I'm sorry.
No, just relax. It's okay. Really, it's okay.
I'm messing it up. There you are. I just lost all of you in my picture.
I think Noah doesn't want to leave.
No, I'm sure that's him. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, here we go. I can do it. I couldn't find the button myself. I don't think I've ever tried to do that before. Perfect. Well,
Okay.
Noah wanted to be on screen a lot more than we thought.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for sharing that, Annalie.
Yeah.
Rachel, go ahead.
So yeah, I've changed the weather many times. One time particularly stands out. I was in Texas and I wanted to go to a baseball game. The Rangers were playing the Angels, and afterwards, a band that I really had liked was playing. And I was going to go with a friend, and there was 100% torrential downpour. And he said, I don't want to go. It's going to be, awful there. And I said, no, let's just go. I said, it's not going to hit us. The weather's going to move around us. And it literally hit everywhere else and moved around us. So it was pretty incredible, and got to see an amazing game and concert afterwards. And then several times, every time I was going to go take a trip, I'd look at the forecast and be so the Bahamas, Costa Rica, just different places, and there was supposed to be bad weather. And I said, nope, it's going to be beautiful. And it was. The weather changed, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And there was times I always tease that I do my snow dance when I want snow. And so I've called in snow on certain days, and I wanted a white Christmas. We had white Christmas, So yeah, I've definitely changed weather. Most recently, I've been talking to the trees, and I have so much fun talking to the trees. And we live on 22 acres. And so we're surrounded by a beautiful forest. And so I will talk to individual trees. And so I'll put my focus on individual trees, and they'll start moving with the wind and shaking. And I'll say, bigger, 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 bigger. And I get excited and they start really blowing. And then I'll talk to another one. I say, you too. And then I say, all of you. I get really excited. It's kind of silly, but they all start moving and swaying. And so it's a lot of fun.
Wow.
So I just kind of wanted to share.
How does that feel when that happens?
Oh, amazing. I feel so connected. and it brings me joy, and I love it.
And really, that's the bottom line, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are a master manifester. I've always said that.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for sharing, Rachel.
Uh-huh.
I think we've been talked out of how powerful we are when we were small. Power is sort of stripped from us, either intentionally or unintentionally, by the surroundings, parents, whatever. And then we believe it, and then we create disempowering situations, and we think, oh, I have no power to do anything. And that's what this whole journey is about. It's reclaiming what we forgot back when we were kids. Yeah, Scott, go ahead.
Okay, so now you're talking up my alley, or I should say, up my tree. So it is not silly to talk to trees. I've established a relationship with one in particular. That one full moon, a harvest moon, I decided to have just this nice little ceremony underneath this tree, and I passed by it all the time, and I always laid my hand, just talked to it, and all that, and so one time when I was doing this particular full moon ceremony, just for fun under it, I had a digital recorder going. I recorded, and I don't know if you know what an EVP is, electronic voice phenomenon. I picked up a conversation with the tree talking. The tree actually first acknowledged that it was shocked that I even paid attention to it, that I recognized it was there. It thanked me. And we began talking. Ever since then, I started talking to it, and then at points, I would have meditations under it, and it would connect and then start downloading. I would literally be enveloped in the light, and it would show me lessons and give me advice and all that. And it sort of became, I call it a portal or whatever, we became friends. We still are friends. I always say hi to it when I drive by. I'm not living near it anymore right now, but it's my tree. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong. And then I did branch out, pun intended. I got a whole nother clump of trees at a waterfall that I went and meditated at, and I got them there. It's not far from the other one, but their energies can connect anyway. So I sort of have a tree village that I talk to. So
yeah, well, like the cats and the other animals, just reconnecting with all the support that we have. Yeah, that's I love these conversations. So somebody who dropped in and doesn't know anything about any of this except telepathy, and they wouldn't understand that what we're talking about is reconnecting through telepathy. It is the different ways of opening up the internal space, which connects to the broader space, which is where the telepathic connection and communication occurs. So one day I hope that the word telepathy will be superseded by something that's a little bit bigger, because people believe, the old style telepathy, well, I'm probing somebody else's mind, and that's not what telepathy is. Right? It's achieving a common vibration with somebody, and then the thoughts that are at that frequency, you share the same thoughts. Of course, you can imply thoughts and communicate, but it's just about getting into our own center and letting go of the brain's noise, and then opening up that connection. Go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah, I was going to say too with Rachel, I have not, I've probably connected, never thought about it much with trees. I did, but until I moved to where I am now. And that's kind of what I went through, was saving the trees on my property from being cut down. And had to go to court for it. And the trees have told me thank you for keeping them safe, and not, there's some of them are 60-year-old trees, and not being cut down. And then even just riding my lawnmower under them, the riding lawnmower, they've told me to come sit with them. They're just like, why aren't you coming to sit under us more? Come chat with us more. In that kind of stuff. They are like, I talk to them. We probably have, I don't know, 40, 50 trees too in our yard. And I talk to them, but I'm going to go practice this swaying thing that Rachel was talking about, and getting them to move more. But also like the weather too, when you were talking about that, we've been like in the lake or in many places in it's like black around you. We were swimming in it just this past in the boat on the boat. We were in the water and it's black and I'm like, it's gonna go right around us. And I have pictures of it. It's insane. The clouds that came, but it's like, yep, parts the sea, goes right through you, right around you, and it's like, um, yeah, I get that. I love that too, and I think it's so cool how we're all talking about all of this stuff too, because it's right up my alley.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks, Melissa. And Rachel. Ahead.
Yeah, so you had mentioned, Kevin, about kind of the bigger, broad concept of telepathy and that how we kind of unlearn it. And I just wanted to say that my dad reminded me that when I was little, he and I used to talk telepathically, and I would get upset because my mom couldn't do it with me and other friends. I would try and do it with other friends when I was little, and they couldn't get on my same wavelength. But my dad and I would constantly talk like that. And so it is something that I think we're taught that it's different or odd or not to, where it doesn't really happen. But yeah, so I just wanted to share, and I still feel like that. A lot of times, I've had friends and family. They'll say, "Rachel, use your words," and it's like I preferred just to look and express what I'm thinking and feeling by just looking and not with the words. So I still feel like that's the best way for me to express myself, and I constantly get use your words, use your words.
Yeah. Well, and over time, they will have to come along with you because less and less people are going to be needing to communicate with lots of words, but instead the energy will proceed. The words will just be a matter of fact, I think. So you're on the leading edge. I say for everyone, including myself, don't let the outside world talk you out of your abilities and your intention and your passion and your purpose, because that's why we're here, to express ourselves, and then which gives permission for other people to do that as well, which you're doing. I mean, that's why you're one of the reasons you're probably on this call, to inspire us.
So I just wanted to share.
Well, and that brings a little thing to my mind too, now that you said that, because I don't have that. I would certainly, that version of me, the connected version, disappeared when I was probably 2 or 3, when I sort of learned that my world was not safe, and so I put the walls up around my heart and shut down internally. But as as you grow and if you get support and you move through the traumas as they come up, which I've kind of made it a life mission to do over the years, then I'm now opening up to the idea, and I do bring through source, and I do feel the stream of consciousness come through regularly, but I don't have that telepathic piece yet. And that's part of why I created these calls. It's not just for you guys, it's for me too. It's to deepen my own connection in the unique way that it wants to express itself. And we have a granddaughter who's just turned 6, Olivia, Suzanne's granddaughter. I married into a wonderful family. And she and I have always just been disconnected since the day she was born. I mean, and we've got this amazing relationship. And I've been instructed by channeling sessions in the past that, because she went through a lot when she was younger as well, and has come out of a lot of it. They say talk to her in your mind, anyway, even if you're not there, because we only see her every few months or so. And I have done that regularly, and I know she picks it up. And what's interesting is that Suzanne just told me that her son, who's Olivia's father, said that my birthday was on the 10th, just a week and a half ago, and that Olivia had seen on her mom's phone my birthday. I don't know if they didn't have it written down or something, and wanted to call me because she had been guided to that, and I was thinking about her on my birthday, not in any specific way. And so it feels like the potential for me to open that up in this, what for me personally is a very safe environment. If a child is the safest place you could be. Right? And so it's just interesting that I sort of had that. I think she's a lot more telepathic than I am, but she's, I think, pulling me in that direction as well. Because whenever we are together, we just play all the time, and it's a very, very easy relationship. And so I didn't have that when I was a kid, Rachel, but I believe from my own experience that everybody can get this back. I mean, again, that's part of why I'm doing these calls. And I actually had, but the layers have to come off, and so I guess this kind of leads into this short little experience I wanted to share with you guys. And then we'll get into the telepathy practice. So I've had a lot of physical things over the years that come up in response to the emotional traumas which haven't been released yet. And I got a lot of them, or had a lot of them, and I'm doing pretty good right now. But there's still been some that show up in the body for me a lot. And one of them has been a jaw pain that I had. It's been on it for years. It'll just show up for a while and it'll be very sharp and it's not localized. It can move around. So it's not a tooth or, and I've actually had a dentist look at it and then it goes away. And I could never figure out what it was. Like, what's the message? What's the trauma that I'm resisting looking at that this pain is representing? And I've been able to get rid of other ones by recognizing where I've been giving my power away and then taking it back and stepping into alignment and becoming, letting go of that layer. And well, it got really bad last month. And there's another family dynamic going on that happened all over the whole summer, which brought it back to the surface. That brought something unhealed in me that I still didn't know was hiding down there. And it got worse and it got worse. And I was having days where it was like somebody was sticking a cattle prod in the side of my face. Like, just suddenly I'd chew down on something, it would just shoot through my face. I literally have physical response, like somebody was hitting me. It was so bad. And I'd endure it and then it would go away. I've had a couple sessions, Melissa and I work together, and she's an excellent channel if you guys want some deeper perspective on pretty much anything, including body stuff. And she's been really, really helpful in bringing up to the surface some of what's been going on here and my own understanding of how the dynamics of creating our own reality work. I've been able to kind of move through it. Well, she did a really great healing session on me about a week and a half ago or so. And the day after, I had the worst experience of my life with this jaw thing. Now you'd think, well, shouldn't the healing have helped? But the healing opens up the ability for the trauma to come to the surface. So sometimes after a healing session, things will get worse as you finally face into the thing that's you've been resisting, because it's only the resistance which causes the pain, the disease, the experience. And it finally went away. And then at lunchtime, it came back again, chewing down, and suddenly I get this shooting pain and it just knocks me. And I was pissed. I finally said, okay, I don't give a damn how much pain I'm in. I'm going to eat my damn lunch. I'd take a bite. I'd have the shooting pain. I'd have to sit back for a moment and just process it and let it go. And then I'd take another bite and I had the shooting pain. And then I'd sit back, and I was not going to stop until the thing went away. And I got all the way through lunch and it went away. And it's been back in little bits here and there. And I immediately will, when I notice what's going on, it's what I'm thinking. I'm starting to go into, it's around my dad. He used to scream in my face when I was a little kid, and he used to, he'd strip me of any kind of dignity if he could. And there's still layers at my age that are coming up that are hidden, that were very, very deep. But the pain is always an indication of an emotional trauma, which is trying to be listened to. And by sitting in that pain and yet facing it and standing my ground, I was standing my ground with him in my mind. And in that moment, it was released. And it's funny that even though it'll come back once in a while, it'll just a little bit, like it did this morning, a little bit. I was actually reading, I do transcripts of sessions that Melissa and I do together, channeling sessions, because they're so good. I highlight certain things, and I was highlighting that section of what it was around my dad, and so it started coming back because my mind is starting to wander back to the feeling of disempowerment that was coming up to be released. And in that moment, I let it go. I breathed into my body, let go of the thought, and stood in my power. And then the body relaxes. So I just wanted to share that because, well, a couple of reasons. One is because the power of having support with somebody like a Melissa, or somebody who can provide a reflective healing service, and channeling to me has really saved my life over the last dozen years or so. So number one, get support by anybody you're drawn to. If you've got something where you're feeling stuck or in pain or disease or whatever. Number two, it reminded me that there's nothing to be afraid of. We're creating the reality. It's the fear that creates the problem. Stand up to the things that you're afraid of and stand there until they go away. And if you stand there in confidence without any insistence, just standing there in confidence, and the universe has to cooperate and form itself around you. And also then in the channeling session that she and I had yesterday, Melissa and I, and because I asked for clarity, more depth around this, and they always give me more information around it. They said that, you also want to be sharing this. It's time to stop keeping these things to yourself. And same with, again, all of us who are on this leading edge, it's time for us to share our experiences with the world and show what is working for us. Life doesn't have to be hard. It's designed to be easy. We were given the power of creation with our consciousness, and we've been trained away from it through childhood. And when you believe that you're disempowered, you will create a disempowering reality. No matter how bad things are, you are still at the foundation of the creation of those things. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person, or you do anything wrong, or you should have any shame. None of that. You're here for the journey of going into the darkness so you can find the light. And then you're more empowered, you're more aware, you've learned more, and you've created more, which benefits the entirety of the universe in the process. So that was a watershed, pivotal moment in my life that just happened a week ago. And I wanted to give kudos to Melissa and to myself that finally I'm getting to this point where I can really step into these things as they come up, and there will be more, that I can do this, and that my mission, which I felt called to help more people, is now the pathway starting to clear. And now I can step into it and stop holding myself back out of whatever fear or apprehension that I have. So thank you for listening. And that's something I felt it was important that this could be a safe place I can start sharing more of this deep stuff, which I haven't as much. Annalie, go right ahead.
Well, this is not on that same topic, but it's still the same thing. Standing in your power and just don't negotiate about things that you really want. So I've been farm shopping for decades to get my own farm. Oh, Kevin, you know, as long as you have known me, I've been farm shopping.
Yeah.
and I've been, there is always something that holds me back, like something in me that is like, Mom, not me. I'm probably not worthy of this place or that place, or having this own my farm, to really own my home, which is a big dream of mine. And there are more dreams involved. But anyway, just a few weeks ago, I was really annoyed at something here. And there are things sometimes that that annoy me. And just like I connected what you said to this topic when you said, I'm going to have my lunch. No matter how much it hurts, I'm going to have my lunch. I was like annoyed with something. Sometimes it's my landlord. Sometimes it's something that is really hard for me to do here because it is a very unpractical place to have 4 horses. Anyway, something annoyed me, and I came into my house, and there was Noah, the cat that you all know now. And I said, Noah, we're going to start packing. We're going to pack cat things. We're going to pack horse things. And we're going to pack human things. Because next spring, before the summer, we're moving. And that was kind of non-negotiable. So tomorrow I'm going to go for the second visit to a farm that is for sale. I placed a bid. And they want to move out in the spring sometime, like April, May or something, which suits me perfectly. Exactly what I want. And it's a beautiful old house, just like the way I would like it to be. Everything isn't exactly perfect, and I'm going to go there to kind of get some answers to my questions, because I've been there for 1 hour when they showed the farm. Yeah. So today, somebody else placed a higher bid. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to be stressed out. They can't stress me out because I'm sure-footed in this. If I want this place, it's going to be mine. So if they place a higher bid, there will be something else that brings this farm to me if it's my farm.
Yeah. And if
And
it's
if not-
not, then a better farm, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And it feels so good.
Wow, you've captured that's the quintessential energy. It feels good. It feels good. That's all you need to know. It feels good. It feels right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
in the process, then it has to continue working out. There's the universe that makes no mistakes.
Exactly. And I don't have to place a higher bid.
Right. Right. It's because as soon as you do, maybe you become competitive and defensive. Or
Yep.
unless it feels empowered, like this is the place and you know it 100%, in which case then the money doesn't matter because they'll come back to you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Brilliant. Oh, I love that story. I'm rooting for you, Annalie. I know how long this has
Thank you.
been something
Yeah.
that's been important. And now you're getting to that place. Like with me, you come into that aligned state and man, then the mountains start to move on your behalf. Yay.
Yay.
Thanks for sharing. Go ahead, Suze, and then we'll do our
Yeah, I'll
telepathic
try and make
meditation.
it quick. First of all, being married together, I know how hard it is to watch Kevin go through this, and I know there's nothing I can do but hold myself steady, be in my heart space, and have faith that this is happening for a reason. And thank you for sharing that, because that was a hard day to watch you go through that lunch as we sit together and eat lunch. But I let it go, and I just allowed, like, this is his journey, and as my normal thing, I want to step in and help. Oh, I mean, what can I do to help you through this? That's my thing. So I just wanted to share that when you stood up for yourself at that lunch, standing up, clearly stating to your dad, no, your little Kevin self, and to your dad, no longer am I going to participate in this kind of experience. It just brought me back to 2015 when my youngest son was for a whole year struggling with cancer, and the tumor kept growing back, and I was getting just worried all the way through it. The fourth surgery, I was sure I was trying to control the outcome. Of course, I wanted to somehow heal him, which I didn't have the power, but I just wanted to control it. So in the end, I ended up standing up to myself of wanting to control the outcome, because right after the last surgery, when there was no more left they could do because they'd taken so much tumor out, all he had was bones left in this area. I just, for the next 2 weeks, I started getting these bloody noses, and they didn't hurt or anything. They're just gushing blood. And I was so frustrated because it took anything that I did enjoy in life out of it. I couldn't socialize anymore. I was belonging to a networking group, and even during presentations, I'd have this bleeding. And so finally one day, of course, I'd had enough, just like Kevin had enough at that lunchtime. Like, what is going on? And I sat down and meditated, got quiet, and just said, I don't know what to do anymore. My life is no fun. I can't stand this. And I actually heard the message of it's time to let it go. I was arguing with myself, wanting to control everything in my life, including this experience with my son. And I remember saying to myself, okay, I'm going to, that's it. I'm done. I'm letting it go. Whatever happens, if he doesn't make through this, if he ends up transitioning, I will be okay. I know how the universe works, and I'm just going to let it go. And I did let it go. I took some breath. I cried. I felt my pain with myself of wanting to control it, let it go. And the very next day, my bloody noses stopped. They completely stopped. And then as the weeks move forward, the good news is the connection we have energetically with our children, especially as moms, somehow that was a beautiful experience. Me letting go, because the cancer never came back. I mean, now we're here many years later, 10 years later, it never returned. I released it so much. I released that thing I wanted to control with him, like allow this boy to go through, well, he was a man, his journey on his own. Like I allow Kevin to do it. So I argue with myself. That's my journey of Quit trying to make everyone happy and control the outcome. Let it go and allow the universe to do what it knows to do. And anyway, that's about as quick as I could tell that story.
Yeah, it's a good reminder. And he's doing really good now.
Yeah, excellent.
Great career and loving family.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just whatever it takes to face it and let it go. And that's the journey we're all on, recognizing that where we're getting negative feedback in our own lives is just reminding us of where we are being called to let go of what's holding us back. It's always us, but never our fault, but because that's what we were born into. But it's always our responsibility if we want to feel better, to face into it, feel it, release it, be empowered, prove our power to ourselves, and move forward. Well, what say we prove even more of our own power to ourselves and do a little telepathic experience here, a little practice. So there's nothing you need to do other than just relax like we did with Melissa's meditation. I do recommend having pen and paper or phone or something to take notes on if you want. Sometimes the experiences we have are fleeting because they don't sometimes get stored in long-term memory, just like a dream, because you're coming out of sort of a dream state. So if you want to record it, that's helpful, or put it in the chat window. So no effort. You can focus on somebody you want to receive a message from or communicate with, kind of like Hazel is with her two nonverbals. You know, she can connect with them if she wants. This is not about trying to make something happen, and it's not about comparing ourselves with each other. Everybody's journey on telepathy and connection is going to be different. So don't feel bad if you didn't get a message or that you thought you should get. Just chill out and relax into the energy, open up as much as you can and see what happens. And if you want to be a little intentional, go ahead. If you have nothing specifically you want to focus on, either receiving a message from guides or from broader consciousness, from your inner being, from your body, from animals, communicating with somebody. If you don't have any of that, I've got written an object, a simple object on a piece of paper in front of me. And I'll be focusing on that for a little bit too. And you can try tuning into me. Don't be disappointed if you don't get the object that I'm staring at, because even in our last call, somebody had a really strong object that was not what I was looking at, but it was what somebody else on the call was experiencing. I think it was Scott. They actually were sharing the same object in their minds telepathically. So don't get attached to what you think it should be. Just open up and see what does come through. Okay, and we'll go maybe, I don't know, 5-6 minutes or something. And then I'll bring you back out of meditation. Okay, so let's just begin by settling in, get relaxed and comfy. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and exhale. Breathing that air all the way out. In again. As we breathe out, we release our thoughts, step out of the future or past, and just drop into the now moment. Drop our intention into the body. And again. And just breathe out, drop into the natural ebb and flow of higher consciousness. And just trust that wherever this stream of beautiful, loving consciousness takes us, whatever connections open up will be perfect for the experience. And as my voice drops away for a few minutes, just keep opening up and relaxing and inviting in whatever connection and communication naturally wants to come to you. Right. Time to start bringing our attention back into our bodies. And there's no rush. Whenever you're ready for your connection to be complete. And as you return, I invite you to write down anything that you feel inspired to capture. And also feel free to share it in the chat window. I saw a few different images. Ginny, who was my dad's late partner, who has shown up in a few channeling sessions as one of my support guides. I briefly saw a couple of animals, and I sent some validation energy to somebody who I was feeling called to send it to. Melissa, what did you experience?
Well, this is a new one. So it was kind of neat, especially being adopted. A lady came to me and I was asking her name or where she was from. And she told me she was my great great grandma on my birth father's side. So I don't know anything really about either parent, a little bit here on the father's side from my sister that I met. But so this was neat, and I asked her name, and she said it was Mariana, this person I was talking to. And she said, so I had to kind of stop to write so I could, because that's my brain too. It said, keep doing the work that she couldn't do, as she was silenced back then and called crazy. She said, claim my power. Stop playing small. Share it all. Unleash the power within your throat and let it be heard. Don't think, just do it. When you feel the impulse or drive, let it out. People are waiting to join in and feel the connection through stories and feels they get from them. They silenced her because she was so powerful. I could see her literally like being shunned, and especially being a woman. And then I just literally heard a crow cawing in the background.
Validation.
So I was like, okay, I don't know. My whole body was like stopped. Like I had this whoosh come through me and my back and my arms, like, because I always say too, is this true? To myself.
It's easy
Is
to
this
do.
true? Is this really happening? Like, why should I say that ever? But and it was just like that confirmation. I couldn't almost move. It was like it took over my whole body and was like, how much more confirmation do you need? But really neat.
Nice. So what did you get from that then? What do you feel will change now as a result of that message for you, Melissa?
Like she is with me. Like someone I've never met from the generation back. And I don't know if maybe Hazel started that, talking about it when she opened the call about her ancestors and stuff with being in Ireland and that, and then feeling that generational person show up in Scott's wind when he had it. And then because I'm always kind of like, so when I sit here I always go, who to my own self, like, who's coming? And I was just like, somebody come, whoever wants to show up. And so it's just kind of neat because I kind of want to ask my sister if she knows anybody down that far the line, but I don't know. But yeah, it was just really neat to have somebody I've never met and talk to me about the family and kind of like what they went through, and they're here helping me guide to help that
share your
down.
stories. And so that's the similar message that I'm getting, and that I think a lot of us are now. It's like it's time to stop being quiet, and it's time to start sharing our journeys, our experiences, as scary as it is.
Yes, because I talk to you about it. I feel like I get there and then I'm like, you
Yeah.
know, and for somebody who could talk, but now I get the talking back in the day. It was because your nervous system was on fire and you were just rambling because, versus now being more aligned and centered and allowing to come out what the knowledge, more knowledge versus just like,
Yeah,
you know,
brain recordings, random
yes,
recordings. Yeah.
yes, that's kind of what it was. Because I said, well, what if I get to that place and I can't let it out? And it's like, you will,
You get
you
there
will
though.
be able to.
Yeah, you get there. It's, and when I started the public speaking back in, I think it was 2002, I took a Dale Carnegie course, and I had panic attacks in front of people. Anybody I could have, I'd have that huge shame suddenly hit me, and I'd, pull away or run away. And that's why I went into computers for so long, is because, computer can't talk back to you. They can't shame you. They can't, it's, and that worked for me, keeping me small and safe. But eventually taking the Dale Carnegie and then other things, each time you step into it, you get that overwhelming fear of what's been keeping you small. But once you have the determination to move into it, then I think it was Reverend Edwene Gaines, somebody we used to follow quite a while ago. She was a Unity minister. She said, "Fear, people think fear is a brick wall. And what you find is when you step up to it, it's a membrane. And when you step through it, it just pops and goes away." Fear is all in the mind, but it can construct real barriers if we let it. But
Mhm.
every time I step forward into it, just like with the jaw pain, that was another one. When I remember that, oh yeah, I don't have to let anything hold me back. I don't have to make anybody else change or anything else change. But if I could just stop holding me back, then the universe will conspire to support me, and it becomes easier than I think. Again, you're sharing a great experience here. I see. Who else do we have? I see Peter said he had a goldfinch come down the deck railing. Yeah, they aren't friendly, but I bet they are to you now. I love that, Peter. I love how connected you are to nature. um, did anybody happen to get a simple symbol from me by chance? Oh, you disappeared, Scott. Yeah, it's probably the background imagery.
That background thing, which popped up all by itself, I didn't even choose it, so I've left it.
Oh,
Owen did it. I'm on a call the other day, and so I've just kind of left it. Anyway, I'll describe it. It's kind of like it's not a square, but it's got a slant one side and then slant the other, a triangle and a square together. I don't know,
well, that's not far off, actually.
I have to see. Let me see if I can turn off this background, and then maybe it won't evaporate when I hold it.
It's under the video memory, under
video. Okay.
Yeah, you can adjust the background effects.
Whoops, nope, that stopped video. Oh, I need to hold my finger on it, I bet, or something.
Yeah, there's a menu next to the video button that you can change the settings on. There's one that said adjust background and effects.
I'm on my phone, so it may be laid out different. I don't know. Let's see. Well, that's apparently not it.
Well, so yeah, pretty good. Let's go through a few other people, and then I'll show you.
Yeah. Well, I'll mess with this while y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Well, we're almost out of time, but we'll go after here because we got some hands up. So go ahead, Hazel. Just unmute. Yeah, it's down where the microphone is. I can help you here. There you go. You got it.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Not gonna lie. So when Melissa was giving her meditation, I connected with a deer, and there is some deers in the fields just the back of my flat. But I feel very connected to this deer, and then it came into your meditation as well, and I'm kind of hesitant to speak about this because I'm finding the whole thing a bit woo-woo.
Well, you're in the right
But
place.
in the spirit of disclosure, so I straight away at the very start I saw right. So I have seen what are known as the Arcturians, like interdimensional species. And in this flat, I woke up two times, and I was awake. It wasn't a dream, and it was the same figure in the corner of my room, and I didn't know who they were. I mean, I knew there was greys, but I had no idea of. And I had to look it up, and then I found the images that corresponded exactly to what I saw, and I wasn't scared or anything. And the feeling I got from this happened a couple of years ago was just a very loving presence, and it was like big, huge black eyes, like a typical grey, huge head, but very dainty nose and little mouth, and it was very tall, but it was kind of purple and glowing. The same species, I don't know if that's a rude word, came in, and but this time it was like when I saw the Arcturians in my room the last time, it was just a very loving energy. And I got, and I don't want to. I'm very conscious of sounding like a total dickhead. And I don't mean to be, but
No, stop
it
apologizing.
just felt so,
Just
it
be
just felt so
yourself.
real.
Be yourself.
Okay, and then this figure came in just now, and she said her name. This is how I heard it. I don't know if this is how you pronounce it properly. She said her name was Ashkaba, and that she was actually like a mother figure to me. And I also saw this like I guess before I was born into this body, and they were preparing me to come down in, and I could hear this high pitched noise, but it was like circling around my head. And then this her pineal gland kept glowing, and I think she was like touching mine to try and activate mine. And then they put like a violet cloak around me, and then this is where the whole deer came in, and I could see this image. And this at this point I'm thinking, oh, for Christ's sake, this is ridiculous. And I saw an image of a deer with a fairy on it. Anyway, but the message I was getting, and actually it moved me to tears, like because of this energy. But I'm alienated from my son at the moment, and it's causing me a lot of pain. But I just in this vision or whatever it was, I could see my son, and like he was not from the same place, but he was on a similar journey where he will be alienated from me because it's like his journey. But it kind of helped, but it's very raw.
Mm.
I'm, I think I'm getting the message to kind of accept the situation, and if I can understand me more, I'll understand the journey he's on. So it was lovely, but it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's like the missions of people that are down there is hard, and it's almost like I've got to get ready to let him go. Oh God, I just thought like Suzanne, you were talking about that as well. Um, just kind of to let him go on his journey, and it's quite hard. He's only 17, and I just think it's too soon. But anyway, that was it. So I'm kind of happy and fucked up at the same time.
Well, that's a painful but a great place to be, because the fact that you also have a step in the wonderful world of the spiritual perspective, as you just said, you're seeing that you are both infinite souls who have come in to play together to work through your individual challenges and be counterparts to each other. And you just created
Yeah,
what a great learning for yourself, that and through Suzanne's message, not a surprise that she shared that message today. Synchronicity,
yeah,
validation.
yeah,
I could feel it's funny that you were the one person during this meditation that I felt in my heart, and I sent you energy during that meditation because I could feel you pulling it, wanting that support. That's how powerful you are, Hazel. So,
Yeah.
so if you can let go of the physical part of him for now, let him have his journey and stay connected with the spiritual part, which is never disconnected, then in time, I don't doubt for a second that he'll find his way back as your resistance softens and you get more into yourself. As he's here for his journey, as you know, just as you're here for your journey. But in his heart, every child still loves the parent. That will never go away. But the love is also up here at this connected level. So I just wanted to acknowledge you for being vulnerable on the call, for sharing your heartache. This is hard to do, but in doing so, you free yourself for the next level to reach to the next level by letting go of that pain. So congratulations. Are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
Feel free to
Yeah.
reach out anytime if, privately. Sometimes when people go through really hard stuff, it helps to have somebody to talk to. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, you powerful creator, you. All right. Well, that was amazing. Yes. Such powerful beings here. So, so let's get wrapped up here. But I'll share with you what I drew. And before I do, I will remind you that what you picked up may not have been from me, but rather from each other. If I can remember how to do this, I've got to pin my own spotlight. Here we go. So you can see the dimensionality in some of the descriptions and pictures. You can see the edges, the triangular shapes. So there definitely was some connection with several of you. And what I noticed is that between Peter and Scott, you had similar imagery. And this is what happened on the last call. Two of you had really strongly defined circles, and mine was not a circle. And yet you picked up each other. So remember, the whole point of this journey is about getting into a vibrational state where we're all blending and sharing experiences. So, Scott, you wanted to add one last thing here?
No, I left my hand. I was just trying to show my drawing. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay.
I saw a lighthouse and I couldn't imagine why that would even be close to any symbol, but what you wrote looked like a sun light.
It was,
And then Scott, that thing kind of looked like a lighthouse. I don't know. It all kind of ties in.
Yeah, there's just one more layer of synchronicities that, again, as we continue to allow ourselves to see the synchronicities and notice them, and then take the moment when they happen and appreciate them. Feel that, like, that is love of higher consciousness guiding you, trying to help you towards something that'll feel good, and you opening the door vibrationally by letting go of whatever is going on and getting in connection where you can hear the signal. That's what a synchronicity is. You synchronizing with the source guidance in the moment. So be proud of that. Focus on that. Let that in. Amplify that. Notice them more. And you will find that you notice them more. And then life starts to get better and better. Well, it never gets better until it gets better. And it gets better on every single one of these calls. So thanks to everybody for bringing your deep, authentic, raw selves here. And we're all healing together as we move through this journey. So I appreciate you guys very much. You helped me do something today, which I didn't know if I was going to do, which is share this story that happened last week. So thank you for the support in that. And we'll see where we go. So next meeting will be in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, the recording will go up probably by tomorrow if anybody needs to listen to it. I'm putting them on my YouTube channel now because Facebook's just making a mess of video recordings. And I'll post that link. So thanks again for joining us. Namaste, everybody. We love you very much. Have a great week and weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.